Hey y'all, it's Bethany. We're gonna see if I can get through this video uninterrupted. So we did a survey a little while back as we're attempting to start a health initiative here at Grace Klein Community. And the number one thing most people were interested in learning more about was weight loss. So I am going to make a little short video. It might be a long video. I tend to get a little talky on these subjects. About the basics of weight loss, and I'm always surprised at like how many people, like doctors don't explain this to people. So if you are in like the clinically obese category, well, I was in the clinically morbidly obese category, so no judgment. But if that's where your BMI puts you, those are the people I'm talking to. If you're 10 or 20 pounds overweight, odds are this video's not for you. You're looking for something a little different. You're looking probably for fat loss. You need to understand your body composition. BMI is not everything. If you're muscular and you think that you're 5 or 10 pounds overweight, you might not be overweight at all. You might be at a healthy place. So we're not going to split hairs here, but if you're at the high end overweight or medically obese or morbidly obese, those are the people I'm talking to. So weight loss fundamentally comes down to one thing, and that is calories in, calories out. Doesn't matter where the food comes from. If you eat more calories than you are putting out through activity, then you are going to gain weight. There's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of different diets. There's keto, and there's macro cycling and all this stuff, and it's all confusing. But if you're medically really overweight or obese, you don't need all that. You need to know one thing, and that's calories in versus calories out. Now, the question is, how do you know what your calories in and your calories out are? Well, your calories out are something called TDEE. It's total daily energy expenditure. You can find a TDEE calculator, that's a mouthful, online, and that's total daily energy expenditure. There's a few different things that factor into this. Your activity level, whether that is through exercise or what's called non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is like washing your dishes and taking care of your babies and doing laundry, walking up and down the stairs, whatever you do at work, etc., etc. There's your resting BMR, basal metabolic rate, which is the calories you consume just being alive and breathing. That's how many calories your body would use if you were in a coma. And then there's the thermic effect of food, and that's how much energy your body uses to digest the food that you eat. Now, some foods have a higher thermic effect than others. Protein generally having the highest thermic effect. That's why people encourage you to eat a lot of protein if you're losing weight. Number one, so you don't lose muscle mass. You want to keep muscle mass and lose fat, but also because protein has a higher thermic effect. So there's about 4 calories per gram of protein. It's getting sciencey up in here. 4 calories per gram of protein, but actually your body is only able, most people's bodies are only able to consume about 3 1/4 of those calories. So protein being superior, but too much protein can lead to swelling, etc., etc. That's just information for you to have. You don't really need to worry about that. So what do you need to do? You need to go online and you need to find out what your TDEE is. That is the first step. There's calculators online everywhere. I will try to find the formula to put in the video notes here. If you're old school and you want to math it out on your own, there is a formula, and I will put that in the notes of this video if you want to do it that way to figure out what it is. But the calculators you'll find online are far superior to anything you'll be able to do in your own head. And this is just a rough estimate, so don't go getting obsessed with the numbers. But it will give you a good place to start. The second thing you're going to need to do, number one, you have to find out what your TDEE is. TDEE. T is in tree, D is in dog, E is in elephant, E is in elephant. You've got to find that number. That's a very important number when it comes to weight loss. Second thing you're going to need to do probably is start logging, start a food diary, because most people don't realize how many calories they're eating. Like, if you're going to Starbucks a couple times a day, like, that's probably 800 calories right there. Like, that's a lot. So I always tell people, stop drinking your calories. Like, you start where you are. Don't go overboard. Don't try to like crush it your first day, because that's how you get burned out. Start slow. Start where you are. Don't start where you want to be. Be realistic. That's okay. Just better tomorrow than you are today. That's always the goal. Take it one day at a time. Stop drinking your calories. If you know, I'm not a huge fan of artificial sweeteners, but if you're loading your coffee down with a lot of sugar, try to replace that with artificial sweeteners. If you're using a lot of creamers, those contain a lot of calories. You might want to try to cut back on those, or use a lower fat option for that. That's, again, artificial sweeteners and things that are artificially lower in fat and calories are not ideal, but we're being realistic here. So start finding little ways to cut back, and the best thing you can do is stop drinking your calories. Like, just don't change your diet at all today. Stop drinking calories. Coke contains calories, man. You can easily kill 1,000. You know, I was probably doing 2,000 calories worth of soda a day back you know, a couple years ago. It's a lot easier to drink calories than it is to eat calories. So, you know, number one, if you can do anything today, stop drinking calories. Find calorie-free drinks, drink those. Coffee, tea, diet soda. Again, not a huge fan of artificial sweeteners, but let's be realistic and just start where we are, not where we want to be. And number two, again, not a huge fan of counting your calories, but to start, that's kind of a necessary evil. You want to log everything that you eat, and again, you'll be surprised. Like, yeah, like collard greens are super healthy, green beans are super healthy, oatmeal is healthy. Are you adding sugar? Are you adding butter? Are you adding milk? You know, cheese, condiments? All this stuff adds up in a day, and that's, you know, that's like, keto is a big thing right now, and I'm not knocking it. If it's working for you, then do it. But what a lot of that comes down to is you've changed your diet. You've cut out sugar, so you're eating way less calories than you were before. It's not necessarily that your body's like gone into ketosis that's causing the weight loss. You've lost a lot of water, and you've cut back on sugar, which is a great thing. Like, whatever it takes to do that, then do that. So start logging your food and be honest with yourself about every single thing that you put in your face. And that's just what you have to do to lose weight. How it breaks down, you can lose, most studies say you can lose about 2 pounds a week in a healthy way. I would say don't shoot for that. Shoot for 1 pound a week. You have to subtract 3,500 calories a week to lose a pound of fat. So that's 3,500 calories less than your total daily energy expenditure. And again, I'll put the math in the video notes so you can see that. So you want to eat 3,500 calories less than what your activity level is, and that's going to give you a pound of weight loss a week. And it is really that simple. It just comes down to the numbers and to consistency. And if anybody has any questions, I will sure try to answer them, and I will try to provide links in the comments or in the video notes to some worksheets that you can use to figure this stuff out. The app that I use is I use the Fitbit app for all my food logging and stuff, but you can use Fat Secret, you can use MyFitnessPal. Those are free. Like, it won't cost you a thing. If you got a smartphone, you download those apps. If you don't have a smartphone, carry a notebook around with you and sit down in front of your computer at the library or whatever and log it. And even if you can't do it right then and there, you need to get an idea and an awareness of where you are, so you can decide like what's realistic for you, what changes can you make to make just a little bit of progress. You know, a lot of people get caught up in this, God, I've got 100 pounds to lose, and that's an overwhelming thing to think about. I've got 50 pounds to lose. That's an overwhelming thing to think about. Don't think about that. Think about the first, 5 pounds of healthy, sustainable weight loss, because it's about what is sustainable for you. It's about building healthy habits, because if you go to extremes, and that's why I don't like fad diets, if you go to extremes, it's not sustainable, and you'll find yourself right back where you were, and you can really hurt your metabolism, and you can lose a lot of muscle, and you can actually set yourself up for more weight gain in the future if you do it the wrong way. And I've made a lot of mistakes in my journey. So again, I say all that with no judgment whatsoever. I've been there, I've done that. So don't go to extremes, don't go crazy. Just start where you are. Don't change a thing. Just start building an awareness of what's coming in and what's going out. And that in and of itself is going to help you live a healthier lifestyle. I'm going to make some more of these. The next one will probably be on activity and weight loss, and then we'll move into like actual exercise routines in the near future, because that's stuff everyone said that they were interested in. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. You can find my email address on our website, and a lot of you know where to find me anyway. So, ask away, and I'll do anything I can to help as time allows. Look forward to hopefully starting a journey with some of you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.